I don't like it. It's too quiet. I don't like it. It's too noisy.
Hello and welcome once again to Monkey Madness, where I review every episode of the 60s grooviest family sitcom The Monkees in original broadcast order, before ranking them all whenever I've finished. Today I'm reviewing The Monkees Marooned. Gullible old Peter yet again falls for a scam. This time, a guy on the street sells him a treasure map in exchange for his guitar. To try and make up their loss, the guys go off to the island in search of the treasure, only to find that they're not the only ones looking for it. Monty Landis returns as the villain. This time he's Pshaw, an archetypal elderly British explorer. It's no surprise that he once again does a great job. There's also Rupert Cross as his Man Friday parody, Man Thursday. And... oh no, do I have to talk about racism again? To be fair, I think this is more of a parody of a character than a racial stereotype, and studios were at least somewhat aware of the stereotypes of black people in the late 60s, which is reflected in the changes made when adapting Dr. Dolittle in 1967, and the edits made to the re-release of Fantasia in 1969. You see, elderly Americans in my comments? There were people who had a problem with racism in the 60s. Your account of the social-political climate when you were 3 years old isn't accurate, surprisingly. So I don't think this character is racially offensive, I just thought it was something that was worth mentioning. There's also an elderly Tarzan parody called Kimber, played by Burt Mustin, which was pretty funny. By the way, I am a fan of the 1930s Tarzan films, so let me know if you want me to review them in the future in the comments below. By the way, there's a cameo from director James Frawley. He wasn't their only director, but he did direct 28 episodes, around 5 times more than any other director, so he is seen as a big part of the show. I haven't really been paying attention to who wrote or directed the episodes, but he definitely had some good ones under his belt. Anyway, the romp happens after the resolution of the episode, which is an odd choice. Usually, especially in season 2, it is the climax, like a final fight or a chase scene, with maybe a scene or two afterwards as the conclusion. However, the romp itself isn't bad, taking advantage of the island's setting with a few good gags. It's also to Daydream Believer, which is a song I like and one of their most iconic ones. It manages to avoid being saccharine, and it's undoubtedly catchy.
Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it be?
We do get a final tag scene at the end before a music video for What Am I Doing Hanging Round, which I've also discussed before.
What am I doing hanging round?
I'm not a big fan of country, but I always find myself singing along to this one. It's my dad's favourite. It's not a particularly interesting video visually, but the lads themselves do have a bit of fun with it, which is what brings me the most joy. Overall, another pretty average season 2 episode. The gags and songs are better than most of season 1, but it's not going to be in my top 10. Don't really have much more to say about it, really. Have you seen this episode? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to tip me, you can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi. Whilst you're there, you can also get a membership for bonus content, including seeing how I make videos just like this. If you want to watch me discuss the episode where the 4 lads have to fight off a boy-hungry hillbilly, you can watch my last monkey review here. See you soon!